Today is Tuesday, March the 1st, 2022, and it's a great day to have a day here on the Spurs Up Show, the best Gamecocks podcast on the internet. On today's show, it is game day for both baseball and basketball, and we start on the diamond as South Carolina travels to Charlotte, North Carolina to take on the Appalachian State Mountaineers in a midweek ball game. Guys, I'll break down the game in its entirety. First things first, we'll talk App State, also South Carolina, who they're starting tonight, what to watch for, key player for the game, and I'll lock in my prediction as well. Also, guys, we will move to the hardwood as South Carolina takes on the Missouri Tigers in their final home contest of the season as Frank Martin's squad looks to bounce back from a tough loss over the weekend in Tuscaloosa. Guys, again, we'll break down this game as well. We'll talk the Missouri Tigers, also top storylines, Mizzou players to watch for, keys to the game, and I will lock in my prediction as well. Folks, we got a packed show for you here on this Tuesday, and of course, as always, it's brought to you by the Spurs Up Show store. Guys, tsus.store, the best Gamecocks merchandise on the internet. Be sure to stay tuned for all of our latest drops, including t-shirts, long sleeves, pullovers, hoodies, koozies, stickers, you name it. We got it. Everything you need. And guys, make sure you stay tuned because we're always dropping new merch on the daily. You don't want to miss it. So again, that's tsus.store, tsus.store, the best Gamecocks merchandise on the internet. Let's get it. Ladies and gents, boys and girls, happy Tuesday. Hope you're all doing well. I'm Chris Phillips, your host of the Spurs Up Show as always. We have got a packed show for you. It's a busy Tuesday as it is game day for both the Yardcocks and the Courtcocks as they take action in their respective games tonight. We're going to break all that down, guys. Again, a lot to get into. Again, hope you're having a fantastic start to your week. Hope this show does find you no matter where you are, what you are doing. And again, guys, I'm fired up. I'm excited because so much going on. Again, we talk all the time about content bleeding out the eyeballs, but this is the fun part, man. When you got baseball, you got basketball, you got the crossover, you got both happening. You're having to keep your eye on one game while you're at another. It is so much fun. And again, I cannot wait to partake in it with all of you tonight. Guys, before we dive into everything, both baseball and basketball, a couple of quick housekeeping items. Just a quick reminder, tomorrow night, we're back live at Tin Roof. Normal start time. I know last week was very wacky. We had some miscommunication with sound guy Phil and the people there, but we're back tomorrow with a normal start time, 6 to 8. And again, guys, it is going to be a damn good one because, of course, it is Clem Sucks week. We're going to be talking everything with the rivalry series and counting down the seconds to first pitch. And of course, guys, you don't want to miss $3 drafts, $3 Rumple, $3 Fireball, great food, great people. It's always a great time on a Wednesday night at Tin Roof in the Vista. So again, be sure to check us out there. Also, we just dropped. We are giving away 2 tickets to the game on Saturday as South Carolina takes on Clemson at Segra Park or Segra, however you say it. By the way, I don't know. I always said Segra. Some people say Segra. Tomato, whatever. Kill me. Either way, we're giving away 2 tickets to the game on Saturday. That giveaway running through Instagram. So again, if you do want to participate, be sure you check that out. Really good stuff. Excited to give those away. They are burned tickets. But either way, guys, you are in the building. So again, that giveaway, we will actually pick the winner on Friday at 3:00. So again, go like the post, tag 3 friends, and must be following the Spurs Up Show. But again, cannot wait to give those tickets away. And also, of course, guys, just another quick reminder, the tailgate or alegate, I should say, on Friday, our friends at Carolina Ale House sponsoring our tailgate for the Rowdy Roosters on Friday, live from Lot 1. We'll get things going at 3:00, and we'll be out there tailgating, getting ready for game 1 of the rivalry series, going all the way 3:00 until first pitch. So again, guys, hey, tell the boss you're going to be leaving work early, or heck, just take the entire day off because it is going to be one hell of a time at the tailgate on Friday. Cannot wait to see you all there. All right, guys, let's dive into it. We'll start first on the diamond as the Gamecocks return to action and take their 6-1 record on the road. The Gamecocks traveling to Charlotte, North Carolina to take on the Appalachian State Mountaineers. First pitch set for 6 o'clock at BB&T Ballpark. The game will be streaming on SEC Network Plus and, of course, App State of the Sun Belt. Their head coach is Kermit Smith. When you take a look at 2021 and what the Mountaineers did a season ago, went 21-31 overall, 11-10 in conference play. So a bit of a rough year for App State in 2021, and they're off to a 3-4 start this year. And look at who App State's played. They won 2 of 3 in opening weekend against Campbell, lost their midweek against the Duke Blue Devils, and then actually lost 2 of 3 last weekend to who? UNC Greensboro, a team that South Carolina is very, very, very familiar with. You look at their pitching from last year, a 6.517 ERA, not great. And this year they're off to a 5.64 team ERA start. Now, here's one of the more annoying things about this game, guys. South Carolina has not released details as of now. I'm recording this late in the day on Monday. They have not released details behind who will start this ball game. We have no idea who's going to start for Appalachian State. Your guess is as good as mine, but either way, they will carry that 5.64 team ERA into the ball game. When you take a look at the hitting, this is where they have really struggled, guys. App State last year at 236 a team. This year hitting just 231 right now through 7 games. And again, guys, 7 games is not a big enough sample size to draw conclusions one way or another. But when you're hitting 231 and you've played teams like Campbell and UNCG, you are struggling. So again, App State will look to bounce back and get hot against the Gamecocks. Players to watch for App State. They got some good ball players. You got to start with Luke Drumheller, hitting 207 right now, 3 RBIs, but he was a 2021 second team All Sun Belt player from a year ago. Also, Hayden Cross, who's leading App State. He is red hot, hitting 364 with 4 RBI. And then, of course, Austin St. Laurent, which is a guy they're very, very high on, a JUCO transfer, hitting 259 right now with 1 RBI. Now, guys, as we move to the Gamecocks, as I mentioned, no clue who's starting. We have no idea who's starting the game. So will it be a Johnny Holstaff? Will they try to stretch someone out? Will it be someone from over the weekend? I would imagine you wouldn't think it'd be Cade Austin because he started over the weekend. So who's going to get the start? We have no idea, but certainly plenty of options for Mark Kingston, Justin Parker to pick from. And guys, when you look at what to watch for this game, that's really where you got to start is who gets to start. And what is the approach on the mound? Because again, there's a lot of guys you want to get work. And certainly, I know our mind is all on Clem Sucks and the Clemson series and what's going to happen this weekend, but you need to take advantage. You need to take care of business in this ball game and keep up positive momentum. So again, who's the guy who sets the tone for you? Who's the guy that leads the charge? And again, I would expect it to be a Johnny Holstaff type of night. I really would. I think you're going to see a lot of arms. You're going to see a lot of guys get work, a lot of guys throwing 1 to 2 innings, if you will. But I'm just curious, who is going to get the start? Who do you turn to? Because again, Josiah Seitler doesn't sound like he's quite ready to go off the bump quite yet. We've all heard the injury reports regarding James Hicks and Julian Bosnick and what's going on with the starting rotation. So, who do you turn to? Who do you hand the baseball to in this game tonight? It'd be very interesting to see. Another big thing to watch for, guys, I mentioned the pitching. No matter who it is, no matter what combination of pitchers it is, can you take advantage of a weak App State lineup? Again, off to a slow start this year, a lineup that hit 236 a season ago. You need to take advantage. You really do. App State's a team that, a proud baseball program. And normally, I feel like they're able to hang with some of the big boys, but this does not feel like, this squad that Kermit Smith is rolling out there. This does not feel like that typical App State squad. So can you take advantage? You just threw a shutout in your last game. Can it be yet another shutout or maybe just another dominant performance for your pitchers? And, again, you build confidence going into the weekend. Another big thing to watch for, guys, is just staying hot, swinging the stick. And again, I know many of you out there have complained about the hitting and we're not doing enough with runners in scoring position. And I know what it is, guys. Gamecock fans are upset, or at least some are, because we haven't scored 20, 25, 29 runs against some bad teams we played, like Tennessee has done or others have done, what have you. But the bottom line is this: you have double-digit hits in 6 of your 7 games this season. As long as you're doing that, I think you're getting the job done offensively. Of course, timely hitting is what matters. But as long as you're getting those knocks, I think the timely hits are going to come. So, again, can you stay hot? Can you build confidence in this midweek game in Charlotte at BB&T? Something else to watch for, guys, and of course, I talked about it a lot, but the last tune-up. This is truly your last tune-up before rivalry weekend. It's your last unit before you enter a gauntlet, guys. We've talked about it on social media, but you've got Clemson, Texas, at Tennessee, and then Vanderbilt over the next 4 weekends. All these midweek games are great opportunities for youngsters, for young guys to get innings, to get experience, to get at bats, whatever might have you. So get them in the game. And also your other guys to sharpen up, man, to feel good about themselves, to feel good about something going into these big pivotal weekend series. So again, can you tune up, take care of your business, and have something to feel confident about going into that Clemson series? Something else, guys, I'm looking for. Again, as fans, we can look ahead. We can talk about the rivalry series. We can talk about Clemson and break that down. And, I can post on my highlights and spend all the time on the Daily Crow talking about that. But if you're on this team, you've got to focus on the task at hand, because the last thing you want to happen is to be looking ahead, to be taking it for granted, which I don't know how you could do that when you're playing in such a dope ballpark that is Charlotte, North Carolina. Of course, yours truly, by the way, in case you don't know, I will be at the game tonight. So if you're there, say what's up. But it's all about focusing on that task at hand. It's all about focusing on that, taking care of your business tonight and doing the damn thing and getting a big victory. If you do that, you should be able to win. But the last thing you want is not coming in this thing with the right attitude. This is an opportunity, man, like I said, to boost your numbers, boost your stats, play in a minor league ballpark, and feel good about yourself. So again, locking in on App State, not thinking ahead to Clemson, not thinking ahead to what's on the line this week and how are we going to beat these guys. Just lock in on this game. And then finally, guys, what I'm looking for, it's always a storyline we go up there. And I don't think we've actually been quite as bad as some fans make it out to be. I know we've had some blowout losses to North Carolina, whatever, but nixing that house of horrors mentality around Charlotte, every game that we can win up there is great again, because just simply put, I get really tired of people kind of demonizing Charlotte and going to play up there. We should never go play up there in baseball, whatever. And I mean, it's a beautiful ballpark. I can't wait to get up there. I think it's going to be a ton of fun, going to be a really, really good time. And, I understand, like I said, we haven't played well there, but dude, it's a hell of a place to catch a ball games. I really hope those games don't go away, but any win you can get in Charlotte just to kind of fix that mentality, if you will, I think it's a big deal. Guys, let's talk key player for tonight. Who needs to go off tonight and have a big night for the Gamecocks to get a victory? And when I say that, I don't think this dude has to go crazy or anything for us to win. But Braylon Wimmer, he's my key player. He's the guy I'm looking for. And again, I think these midweek games serve as opportunities for guys to really get in grooves, to build confidence. And I think Wimmer's a guy that, I've liked what I've seen from him, but I have not seen like the big knocks out of him. I have not seen the extra base hits. I haven't seen enough hard contact. I want to see more of that from Braylon. I've seen a lot of what I saw last year, swinging the ball in the dirt and, chasing the baseball over the place and all that. But I want to see more out of Wimmer. He's just a dude in that, at the top of your lineup that needs to be a dude that steps up and is consistent for you, a consistent producer. I talked in the preseason, he's a glue guy. Braylon Wimmer, the guy that I'm keeping the closest eye on tonight, and the guy that I think is the key player for this game, which leads me into, guys, my prediction. How will South kind of fare when they take on the Appalachian State Mountaineers tonight at BB&T Ballpark? And I'll tell you guys, simply put, is this. I know many of you, again, you look at this, oh my God, we're playing in Charlotte. How are we ever going to manage a victory? And we do take on UNC later in the season, which I think will be a really awesome competitive game. And I think those games are really, really dope. But this one shouldn't be that much of a struggle. Appalachian State has just struggled to swing it all year. And here's the thing. Maybe that wouldn't matter normally in a 7-game sample size, but they struggled to swing it all year last year as well. So I think the Gamecocks can take advantage of that. I think your pitcher should have another fun day. Again, I don't know exactly who you're going to throw, what combination, but I think you certainly have enough good arms to keep Appalachian State at bay. And I think in a big ballpark like BB&T, you won't see a ton of home runs or long balls, anything like that. But I do think the Gamecocks keep up the hot hitting. I think they might just fall short of double-digit knocks, but I think you're going to score yourself some runs. I think you're going to have a comfortable victory, guys. I got the Gamecocks in this one. Give me South Carolina 7, Appalachian State 1. That's my prediction. I'm locking in Gamecocks 7, App State 1. I do think it's a fun night at the Yard. What should be a beautiful night for baseball, by the way. So I think it's going to be a fun night. I think you calm the nerves of folks who maybe are not huge fans of BB&T Ballpark, if you will, but I think the Gamecocks take care of business. I think you understand how pivotal this is for momentum and confidence and rolling into the rivalry series. So I do think the Gamecocks get the win. Again, lock me in. Salk on a 7, Mountaineers 1 to improve to 7-1 early in this 2022 season. And again, guys, of course, as always, I would love to hear your thoughts, your predictions. What do you think will happen in tonight's game as South Carolina takes on Appalachian State? Guys, that being said, let's move to the hardwood as South Carolina takes on the Missouri Tigers, the final home contest of this season. The game, of course, being played at Colonial Life Arena, 7 o'clock tip-off on ESPNU. When you look at the series history, Mizzou leads it 8-6. They have the advantage over you, and you've lost 2 in a row in this series. And of course, the last meeting last year, Missouri won at 93-68. Mizzou, though, having a really rough time this year, 10-19 overall, just 4-12 in SEC play. Their head coach is Quanzo Martin, who's a damn good one at that. But listen to this, Mizzou, they are averaging 64.6 points per game. Their opponents are outscoring them, scoring 70.6 points per game. So again, it's been a very rough year for Quanzo Martin's squad, and the Gamecocks will look to make it even worse for Missouri, if you will, on their home floor. Guys, you move the storylines. Of course, the big one is senior day. Which guys return, which guys will be departed, and your opportunity to watch some of your favorites in Garnet and Black for the last time. And I'll also, your final home game, sending your guys out the right way. And listen, I know that the game Saturday at Alabama was really tough. And what are the NCAA tournament hopes? Who has no idea? But winning this game, your last one on your home floor, and again, sending those guys off the right way, I think it's a very, very big deal. So again, senior day, keeping an eye on those guys. And I think the energy is going to be a little extra. I think it's the crowd should be pretty solid for sure. But I think the energy is extra on a senior day. And I think guys are going to be playing with a chip on their shoulder and a little bit more emotion than you're used to seeing. So again, senior day, obviously a huge storyline in this one. Another big storyline, guys, I mentioned the Bama game, a team that is looking for a bounce back. And like I said, what are the tournament hopes? No clue, right? You just got to win. That's all you can really do at this point. And the big thing you can't allow to happen is things from that loss to Alabama to affect you in this one. You just can't. How does this team respond? It's been a team all season that has been resilient, that has been tough, that, has leaned on one another. I think they've done a great job doing that. But how do you bounce back in this ball game? In regards to defense, in regards to, overall shooting, the turnovers, just cleaning things up. Alabama certainly a much better team. I think we'd all agree than Missouri. You're probably going to be a favorite in this game, guys. But in what type of way can you bounce back on a senior night? Really excited to see that. Another big storyline, guys. I talked about NCAA tournament. I think the talk around that should be done, but NIT, your NIT hopes are on the line, guys. You still got to win. It's no guarantee you'll even be going to the NIT. And I tell you what, in regards to Frank Martin and his status and his return, and guys, again, I mention it every single day, I feel like, but we'll have full conversation on that when the time is necessary after the season's over and all the dust is settled. But I think for the masses, it would be much easier to welcome him back with open arms. If you're able to at least make the NIT and make some sort of postseason. So I know for many of you out there, you're saying, oh, it's the not invited tournament. It doesn't matter. And, maybe to a degree, you're right. But for a South Carolina basketball program that doesn't have a lot of tradition anyways, like going to any postseason, I think, is kind of a big deal. So NIT hopes on the line. You still need to win for that. A huge game on your home floor against Mizzou. And then, guys, finally, what I'm looking for, another big storyline, is the return of a dominant style of defense in this ballgame. Again, you look at Mizzou, averaging just 64, 65 points per game, if you will. And, you were phenomenal in your last home game, holding Mississippi State to 0 from three-point range. And Alabama, certainly, they were not Mississippi State. They shot it very well from outside, and they scored at will. Does that dominant zone defense return? Does your dominant defense that Frank Martin's so known for, does that come back? Because, again, guys, you notice the Gamecocks, they simply just play their best basketball when they're playing great defense. So, again, the return of dominant defense, does it come back and lead to a big victory on the home floor? Guys, let's move into Mizzou players to watch for. You got to start with Kobe Brown, 12.1 points per game, 7.9 rebounds per game. Javon Pickett, another 10.6 points per game and 2.8 rebounds per game. And then there's Amari Davis, 9.3 points per game and 2.4 rebounds per game. That leads me into my keys to the game. What must South Carolina do to assure victory in this ball game against the Tigers? The first one, guys, you got to win with your size, win the boards, win the battle on the glass, getting rebounds, getting second chance points. Guys like Taekwon Woodley, who I think's played really, really good basketball, Wildens Levesque, you got to win that battle on the boards. My second key, very simple, defend the perimeter. You got killed from outside. You were very good against State. And then Alabama exposed you. Can you defend the perimeter and not allow Mizzou to hit that outside shot? And then my final key, guys, and I think this one really is the number one most important of all. Do not let the Bama game beat you twice. And what I mean by that is, if you come in this game, our tournament hopes are basically shot anyways, and we're not playing well. Maybe we're not as good as we thought we were. Missouri will come in and beat you, right? The SEC has proven that it is extremely deep top to bottom. It is extremely deep top to bottom, and anybody can beat you on any given night. So, again, you better not come in with that attitude of, oh, woe is me, Bama did this, did that, whatever, we don't have a chance. You better make sure you take advantage. And, show up to play. So, again, my three keys: win the boards, defend the perimeter, and do not let Bama beat you twice, which leads me into my prediction. South Carolina taking on Mizzou, a huge home game. Guys, you only got two left, and this is your last one at home, and South Carolina looking to bounce back. Will they be able to do it? Again, let's just remove all conversation regarding Frank Martin in the future, whatever. Let's lock in on this game. Missouri, 4-12 in the SEC. We know this is a league that you can take nothing for granted, that anybody can beat anybody. But South Carolina has shown a resiliency this year. You have to, at minimum, give them credit for that. You had that nice 5-game winning streak, and, you have played. I think you noticed that, too, in the SEC. Teams just, it might sound obvious, but teams play so much better on their home floors. And, you're going to get relief in the sense that Mizzou is nowhere near what Alabama was, what you saw on Saturday. It's all about mentality. It's all about mindset. It's all about the approach to this game. And I do think the Gamecocks guys under Frank Martin, I give Martin credit at least. He'll have his team ready to play. I think they'll approach this game the right way. It's senior day. I think you want to send out your veterans on the right note. And I do think the Gamecocks will rebound from that tough performance. They'll play better basketball. I think they limit turnovers in this one. I think the shooters do have a phenomenal day. And I think the Gamecocks do get a big bounce back victory, and just trying to keep any hopes alive of postseason play, a.k.a. March Madness, a.k.a. the NIT. Lock me in. I think the Gamecocks get the victory over Mizzou. Give me South Carolina 72, Tigers 63. So I think nearly a double-digit win. I think you will be the favorite. This is a game you should win. You can't afford to lose. And I think South Carolina knows that. And again, I also just think Mizzou isn't a great basketball team. I think you should be able to take advantage, take out some frustration on them. So again, lock me in USC 72, Mizzou 63. So again, guys, would love to hear from you all your thoughts on this game, your score, your keys to the game. How do you think this game will play out? And also, of course, the Yardcocks, what are they going to do up in Charlotte? Going to be a really fun night again. The baseball game gets going at 6. Basketball gets going at 7. We'll have full coverage of both games for you via social media and, of course, post-game reactions, all that good stuff. But again, guys, a very, very, very busy week. Content bleeding out the eyeballs. Stay tuned for all of that and more. Going to be one hell of a time. But again, until tomorrow, guys, appreciate you all tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Go Cox. Beat App State, beat Mizzou, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.